What's up, fellas? It's Mark Parson, cornerback pro, former NFL cornerback of the Houston Texans and the New Orleans Saints, and now I'm coaching y'all up. All right, so today we're gonna go over the bail technique. We got Denzel Ward, who's one of my favorite corners this year. He's a rookie, so he has a lot of potential and upside for sure. Out of Ohio State, and he's with the Cleveland Browns. And in this clip, he's going against Deshaun Jackson, who is extremely athletic. He's definitely one of the hardest receivers to guard, and I always talk about that because I was like, people always ask, "Hey, how do I guard a big, fast receiver?" Yo, the bigger guys are usually easier to guard. It's these guys. He's tiny, yo. He's probably what is he, like 5'9", 160, and that's probably soaking wet. They probably gave him an inch. They probably gave him 5 pounds. You know what I mean? But he's extremely quick and fast, and he knows how to run really good routes. So these are the guys you really want to pay a close attention to when it comes to like studying film and seeing how they release and all that good stuff. Okay, he's been doing it for some time, for years. All right, so bail technique. So we're gonna watch it and then we're gonna go over it. So we're gonna talk about it in man. So let's watch it. All right, so he gets him a double move, and the thing is, he gets a step on it, so he was beat right here. Bad throw by the quarterback. But I will say this: we never fear getting beat. So guys, a cornerback cannot live his life in fear of getting beat. That's very important that y'all know that. Okay. The key is and it's gonna happen. So accept it, embrace it, especially if you do your 10,000 reps. We talk about 10,000 rep rule, right? My goal for you guys is to know what you're supposed to look at. So where are your eyes? I remember Greg Williams, who's the DC for the Cleveland Browns now. He used to say, "Show me what you're looking at, and I'll show you a bad football player." So he's putting the emphasis on where your eye placement, where are your eyes supposed to be and at what time. So what are you supposed to be looking at? If you don't know as a defender what you're supposed to be looking at, then you need to ask your coach. If your coach doesn't know, then he's a crappy coach. Let's keep it 100. So always, that's a good question to ask. Hey, so what am I supposed to be looking at? All right. What are my keys? What am I reading? It's extremely important that you know this. All right. So let's go back to the wide view. All right, fellas. So let's say it's man coverage. Understand, when it comes to bail technique, right? And when you're gonna bail, it's something that you can do. I remember when I was playing at Ohio University, was playing Wyoming. It was we call it, I guess you call it a waist down, but it's really, I shouldn't say waist. I'll say take a shot down. So I knew it was like 2nd and 3. So I was like, okay, well, I'm guarding him man coverage. I was in the boundary. And I was like, I'm a bail right here. So whenever you're about to bail, and we're talking about man, we're not talking about zone quite yet, fellas. When you're about to bail, let's say Deshaun Jackson was on the ball, right? If he was on the ball, you don't have to be, because I remember when we were about to play press man, I always say, hey, be like, crowd the line, not be, not off balance, but get on the line of scrimmage so you can get your hands on them as fast as you can, right? So they don't feel that comfort of space. Now, obviously, if they're off the ball and press, you still gotta stick to your technique. But that's what I like to tell you, right? Now, when you're about to use your bail technique, you don't have to necessarily be crowding the line. Does that mean be back here 4 yards off? Nah. Just kind of give yourself just a tad bit more space. And then you want to leave early. Let me be more specific when it comes to that. When I say early, it's like the goal is to stay on top of them, okay? All right? That's the goal. Now, when it comes to man in your bail, whenever you're really not going to even look at the quarterback when you're in man bail, okay? So you're like, well, coach, what do you mean? Dude, your eyes, so you're going to bail, and we talk about it just like the shuffle technique. But the shuffle technique, you actually get to read the 3-step or the 5-step of the quarterback, and then your eyes snap back to the receiver. And when you're bailing, you don't have enough time. You don't have any space or time to be able to read the quarterback. So your eyes are going to be glued on your receiver. Okay? So let's watch. Let's see where his eyes were. And I think they're in man right here. Okay? So I know for a fact Denzel Ward's eyes are inside looking at the quarterback. Okay? I'm telling you up front, straight up. I think they're in man because he's guarding him, man. I think he is in man. I think he had the back. I'm not sure, but I know he had a man. So maybe I don't know what covers they're in. But the point is, for you guys learning purposes, your eyes at this point need to be on him. Okay? So you're opening up, you're running, you'll be on top of him, but your eyes gonna be on the receiver. Now, what happens when he gets this fast, super fast joker gets in your blind spot? We talked about it before in our shuffle technique. And he didn't even get to get in our blind spot. So he just stuttered. If he does get in your blind spot, what do we do? And what is your blind spots? So let's say he starts to widen out on his route. He starts to widen out. So you start right here, and then he starts to widen his route. Let's watch it. Let me show you. So let's say he starts to come out here more and more and more, right? What you do is, when he gets in that blind spot, especially a super fast guy, you're going to head whip. So you're going to head whip. That means you're going to head whip and your eyes are going to go directly back to him. So your eyes are supposed to be on him first, okay? And he gets out here, and then you head whip. Now let's say he does this stutter. You're going to feel it. You're going to see it. Especially, let's see if, and Deshaun Jackson's really good at running his routes. But let's see if he raises up to try to sell it. He kind of does. So you're going to, since your eyes going to be in the right place, fellas, meaning the receiver, I'm talking about in man coverage, your eyes going to be glued to him the whole time. You're going to see it. He's going to make it stutter. You're going to pause, but your eyes going to be right. Then when you see him do that double move, you know, he's going to double move, your instinct is going to say, oh, shoot, right? Especially you know how fast he is. He's like, oh, shoot. Immediately head whip, get your eyes back to the receiver, and then turn the burners on, meaning that's when you take off. But your eyes. So it's extremely important from the beginning. Bail technique, all it is you're going to, man, I stole it, and I don't know if I even said this earlier. I stole an interception because when I was playing at Ohio University and I did my bail, he checked to a go route. But guess what? Because he checked to a go route because he saw me in press. He's like, okay, well, man covers my guy versus their guy. Let's go for it. I'm going to throw the ball up. Right? He didn't know I was going to bail. It's deception. So he thought I was going to press. I bailed out of there. I stayed. I'm on top of him. Right? My eyes on the receiver. And then I saw the receiver look up. And I'm still on top of him. Okay? And the ball was in the air. Boom. Interception. Okay? So it's very important, fellas, that the goal is to stay on top of him. Now, if you got a super fast guy and he does get in your blind spot, you head whip and then you squeeze to him, just like in a shuffle technique. So the difference is shuffling is gonna be right here. You can read the quarterback's drop and then snap your eyes back on him, even in man, right? But the only difference is now you're gonna be up here showing press, being deceptive, and then bail out. But guess what? Your eyes got to be on him. If he gets in your blind spot, you head whip to him and then you freaking squeeze. But your eyes have to be in the right place. Now, let's say you're in cover 3. Would you be right here? Would it be, just hypothetically speaking? I wouldn't. Why? Look at this. I got 3 speeds. It's 3 by 1. 1 receiver, 2 receiver, 3. 1. 3 by 1. Heck no. Why? Because in cover 3, if anything, I need to be splitting the difference between 1 and 2. Because what if they all go for a vert? So if I'm just focused on this guy, right, and then I bail, I'm going to have to really take off a lot earlier and then get into better positioning. And then, you definitely don't want to be, your alignment doesn't want to be messed up at the very beginning, right? So you wouldn't most likely bail out of a cover 3 in this situation. It's 3 by 1. We got speed. And I need to be over here. If anything, I need to be even a little deeper, probably 8 or 9. Okay? So this is not a time when you were bail in cover 3, right? Does that make sense? But you could do it in man, right? You could do it in man. If you feel like they're going to go deep on you or you want to just have a little change up, cool. Let's watch it a couple times. Let's watch his eyes. Watch his head. So he's looking at the quarterback. So in man coverage, your eyes going to be extremely important. Your eyes go in man coverage. And here's the thing. For the most part, fellas, a lot of your interceptions are going to be in zone coverage. Why? Because in zone, I can have my eyes more inside. Now you're gonna be on top. You definitely in cover three. Listen to me, fellas. In cover three zone, where you split up the field in thirds, right? So he got a third, my free got a third, and he got a third. You definitely gonna be on top. So you may, if that means taking off a little bit earlier, running faster, get back. Okay, it's extremely important that you get back. But your eyes can be inside more when you're in zone. It doesn't matter what zone. Either you got quarters, which is 4, 2. Your eyes gonna be inside because if you're in, we talk about cover 2 a lot. You reroute, get your exit angle, and you gotta watch for routes coming to you. Gotta make sure you don't get out leveraged. You gotta make sure you get back if it's a smash concept, meaning the corner route and hits. You gotta be in between that, protecting for the corner and rallying to the hitch or the screen pass, whatever it is. Your eyes gonna be inside because you're gonna have to get a good jump on the ball or a good jump on the throw. But man coverage is different. Your eyes gotta be on your man until you are in position to look back for the ball. So you see the difference? So in man coverage, your eyes gonna be glued to your guy until it is time and you are in position to look back for the ball. That means you squeeze that joker, you're on his hip pocket, you squeeze him as far wide as you possibly can, you're on him, you can touch him. And if you feel him looking back too. So if he's just running straight, then the ball's probably not coming to him. But if you're running with him and you're looking at his eyes in his hip pocket, you're in his hip pocket, and you see him look back and his eyes get big, most likely the ball is coming, right? So it's very important that y'all know that. Just a difference. Coach, where are my eyes supposed to be? That's a good question you want to ask your coach. But good job. I will say this, and a lot of guys, especially younger guys, don't do it. Let's say we do get beat, which happens to us all. Check out how Denzel Ward is not looking back for the ball right now. Deshaun Jackson has a step on him. Where are his eyes now? You see that? That's an excellent job right there. Even though he was beat right there, he probably would have scored a touchdown if it was a better ball. Do not look back for the ball if you are beat. You have to catch up with him. You have to catch up with him, and most likely you're just going to have to play through his hands. He does an excellent job. I'm going to go over it. I think he has another clip. Matter of fact, let me find it. All right, so watch this. This is the clip I was talking about. So he's playing press man against Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun catches the ball, but he does not give up. He keeps going. He plays through his hands. And remember what I always tell you guys? Grab a hand, grab a finger. The only way he's going to be able to catch this ball on you at this point. I would like to get at least one more shuffle in there at the beginning at the press, but we're talking about the finish. Excellent job. Watch this. All right, he's on him. He can look back. Oh, grab a finger, grab a hand, and rip through. Excellent job. This is how you do not give up on a play, fellas. That's why I said I really like this cornerback. I would like in the press, man. I would like to say we're doing a soft shoe technique. That's cool. Before we open it up or angle off, and I know he's going against Deshaun Jackson. So again, Deshaun Jackson's really fast. We know that. But even with that, I feel like we could get at least one shuffle laterally before we open up, so that he doesn't get to the top. The timing isn't there, so we can squeeze better. But watch the finish. He looks back, and then the ball's right there. And he scaled high, too, with his eyes. That was an excellent job. That's how you do it, fellas. That ball was definitely caught. That ball was definitely caught, and he played through his hands. Great job by Ward. I think he's going to have some successful years in the league. All right, fellas? So I wanted to show you that, but, again, bail technique. Very important that you know what coverage you're in. If you're a man, your eyes going to be freaking on your man, all right? If you're in zone, you need to take off a little bit earlier. Be on top. Your eyes can be inside. You can read the quarterback, but don't lose. Don't lose the receiver. All right, fellas? Make sure you guys email me at cornerbackpro@gmail.com for the techniques. Ask for the one-on-ones mastery program, and let's get better every single day.